everybody. Another episode of Comics. Last episode of 2021. We've made it. Yay. And going around the room real quick to who is going to navigate those treacherous waters of nerd news and entertainment. Who do we have?
What's going on, everybody? It is Esteban.
Hey, this is Ash.
Woohoo. And we're not the Wild Stallions.
I
we
feel
are
like
comics.
2021 and 22. 20 and 20. What?
I've
only had one shot. 2020 and 2021 have been all about survival, and now it's down to us three. That's not good. I better not be T-Dog in this shit.
T-Dog.
If you are, it's your fault.
But yeah, so thank you for joining the ride of what we do here. We usually try to talk about what is going on in current nerd news entertainment, but oftentimes we go into rants, but hopefully it's entertaining for you, and especially during a time of quarantine, it's good to just sit around and listen to friends talk, and I hope you click in, navigate, and hang out in here with us. We got 2 subscribers that I wanted to give a shout out to. Angie Ortiz just joined the Comics Army. Hello, Angie. Hang out for a while. Check this out. And then we got Western Wolf also joined the channel and hanging out for a little bit. So welcome, you guys. For everybody else that hasn't subscribed, we really appreciate it. It costs nothing to you. It means everything to us. And we do our best to try to incorporate a big conversation in our podcast. And so to start the show off, we like to go over comments that are listed in our video by any of our social media channels. Most popular is the YouTube. If you listen to something or you want us to talk about something, comment on it. We will read on the following episode or when we get an opportunity to. And so I wanted to get started with, we have a Spider-Man comment from Heavyweight on episode 62, and he comments, "I've seen Spider-Man. I loved it. I overheard someone comparing the movie to Avengers Endgame. He said it was on par with Endgame. I disagree. What are your guys' thoughts?" All right. And then that's question number 1. And he has a part 2, which I'll touch up on in a bit. But before that, this is going to be a very spoiler-free review. Because our very own Esteban hasn't seen it yet. He's a family man, so we're not going to hold it against him.
I like Spider-Man.
Ash, without giving any of the key plot points away, A, what did you think of the film? And B, what did you think about what he's saying that some people are comparing it to Endgame?
Okay. I like that you did give the warning about rants, because I have avoided everything up and down, and I will even give it this. Even IG till today weren't very spoiler free, but if you know what to look for, a lot of people from nowhere are showing up in social media. But so I've avoided everything. Like Carmen, if I saw something Spider-Man, I would scroll. And when I got into the theater, I had to use the restroom because I'm old. And as I'm washing my hands, this little kid to his dad goes, "Do you remember when Spider-Man did the one thing to the one guy and the one thing, and then everybody, and then blah, blah, blah?" And the dad looked at me like there's nothing he could say. There was nothing. And I'll tell the full story when everybody has seen it. We'll give everybody.
But he fucking ruined it. He spoiled something.
So that happened. And shit. The dad made eye contact with me like, "What am I going to do, homie? Like, I'm sorry." Like, no, nothing, no apology, no nothing. So as I'm watching the movie, the setup from the kid is coming, and I'm bracing myself, and it never happened. And I was like, okay, cool, because that guy, the dad, was stuck between a rock and a hard place, because the kid explained it the way he saw it.
Right.
So if he corrected him and said, "Oh, that doesn't happen, guy, you're good," then that would have even spoiled it even more.
Right.
So he spoiled it, but didn't spoil it, because I was waiting for that one thing to happen. Right. And again, for people that have seen it, I will tell you what it is. on a future episode, maybe when we're all together. So I watched it and I braced myself for it, especially when somebody's standing up, and I was all, fuck, here it comes. And then it happened, but it didn't happen the way the kid said it. Anyway, so I went in super bummed.
Uh-huh. The only thing that, sorry, go ahead. You went in super bummed.
I went in super bummed and then was like waiting for it, and then it never happened. Even to the point where it's fading to black, and I was like, no, he said it. He said it was gonna happen. So, and then that's it.
Right.
But I liked the movie a lot. I won't say that it's on par. I will say story-wise, it's on par with Endgame, but this Spider-Man didn't have a 2.5 hour prelude that is Infinity War, where Endgame was just straight war and story and this and that, where like Infinity War was like, this is where we're going with this. If it was one giant movie, that would be fucking. So what I will say is it's a slow starter, because I got very like, come on, man. But what kept me interested was Doctor Strange's like, he's not on par with Robert Downey Jr. as far as sarcasm, but he still has the I'd rather be doing something else facade that he had, not facade, attitude. So that was cool. And then also the Wong, like when he leaves, that's like his happy. So when when Wong leaves, like that's when they get to play, because I'm still gonna do it anyways. So fuck you guys. Like that's the kind of way that Iron Man is. Or anyway, I liked it a lot. What was the second part? I just won't put it on par with Endgame, because Endgame, you're dealing with people's deaths. You're dealing with fucking I don't want to say a better story, but way more story, way more action, way more.
It's heavier, like because all these films led up to it. I get that. And
then two, like I did like, what's the friend's? I know it's Mary Jane and what's the kid's name?
Ned.
I'm really beginning to like how it's not just the hero and everybody else is helpless. Like now the friends are starting to like step up and like have their own little storyline. The next time you decide to change the world, maybe text me. Like, I know that's not the line, but like that was super cool. Like it wasn't fucking Mary Jane from Tobey Maguire, Mary Jane, where you're not paying attention to me like every fucking scene. You know what I mean? It was like she was fucking ride or die, like the kind of fucking the chick that's like I don't know. I don't want to say like you aspire to be with, but somebody that's just like, it's a team effort, and it's not like you're not, what have you done for me lately kind of a person. Like that. I do. Ned's come a long way from, hey, tell everybody you're Spider-Man so I can get chicks, to now where he is now, where he's actually helpful. Without getting into too much into the storyline, I don't want to get into, but I do like that everybody kind of has a I like that little nod to when things are happening, and they did that side by side in the trailer, or not trailer, but that YouTube video with I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I know I'm going off the wall, but again, all that kind of stuff. I did like that we already know the Otto's in there, that he wasn't just, I'm a bad guy. Like as soon as something happened, he was like a decent enough person, the way he was in part 2.
Yeah.
You know how he was a good guy, and these things are going to work for me and not against me and whatever. And that kind of got brought back where things happen. Again, it's really hard to be spoiler free, but
I know the sun in the palm of my hand. Yeah.
Sandman was weird because it was kind of like the way Doc Ock was. He was like, no, dude, I just want to get back to my daughter. And then, do you know what I mean? Like bad, good. And then that little fucking turn out of nowhere. Yeah. with no explanation of why like he wants to stay now when all he wanted to do is get back to his daughter. Again, not Sandman. You see Sandman in the trailer, but it's just a weird little like. Did you hear an explanation? No, you just all of a sudden like, yeah. I'm not even a parent, and you know I wouldn't want to stay there without my young kid.
No, I get that.
And you know what would have been cool is if he wanted to stay because you see in this world he's together with his wife and daughter, and that's why he wants to stay because it's the perfect world version, or this world worked out for him. But anyway, and I didn't hear the second question. I know that was a long ass.
No, that was the second. The second question was if it was on par with Endgame. And the first one was what did you think, and the second is it on par with Endgame? It's hard to argue that the weight of Endgame was more because what was it, 14 films that led up to it. So there's so much more for sure. But as far as just sheer liking and excitement and everything, I would say I would put it up there. I teared up like a baby. Like
twice.
I was just so invested in it, and I thought that the storytelling was really good, even though the first chunk of it was like explaining what's about to happen. That in itself felt like two movies in one, but there wasn't a point where I was looking at my watch like, is it almost over? Like I was in it. That 2.5 hours went by fast.
Did you even get like? He's always been again. Like we can all talk about. Fuck, I would have spoiled something. When he was like, okay, and then maybe fucking my bus driver that takes me every day could know that I'm Peter Parker. Okay, maybe like it was kind of like, homie, come on.
Yeah, that was in the trailer.
At the very least, get two people, and then like we'll all explain it. Like it'll be an easier. Get your two best friends and or even Mary Jane and Aunt May, and that's fucking all you need because we'll make it work.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's not without its plot holes. Like, because when you look at it, and it's like, wait a minute, how did that happen? Wait a minute, Sandman, he's good, bad? Like, what's happening? Like, and those are the only things that are in the trailer, but that happens a lot, in the film. But if you allow yourself to just sit in the seat, put your seatbelt on, and get along with the ride, fucking great. Like,
homie,
I would make
that's probably going to be the most watched Spider-Man that I'm ever going to see. Rather, you know what I mean? Like, it's nitpicking, and it's seeing it 2 weeks ago, and now you had a chance to digest and like
going back to stuff.
Right. It's going to be the most Spider-Man-y thing I'm going to watch. Or if I decide to watch one movie, it'll probably be that Spider-Man.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that, you know, before the movie came out, Luis and I and Andres, the three of us saw the leaked photos that were dropped. I don't know if you saw them, Ash.
What are we talking about? Of the movie?
The movie. There were leaked photos about a month before it came out, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
No, is that the conversation where like, fuck it, I'm gonna see it, or something? It was something along those lines of
yes.
Yeah. Fuck it, I'm gonna look at the pictures. I mean.
Right. So we had seen those, and after Luis had seen the movie, I text him. I go, is it true? Essentially, you know, kind of like the whole thing, you know, the photos are the leaked photos true, you know? And then Luis perfectly responded back with the Star Wars gif from The Force Awakens, you know, where it's Han Solo. He says everything. It's true. Everything, you know, like that was a perfect response. It was a perfect response, you know,
it's
so
true. All of it.
Yeah. So I was really excited because like, and that was the thing, is that I think I would have been more bummed out if Toby and Andrew were not in the film. You know what I mean? So that wasn't like a big like spoiler, like, oh my God, the movie's ruined, I can't watch it anymore. You know what I mean? If they weren't in the film, that I think I would have been like, you know what, man, I don't want to watch it. You know, like I don't want to watch it. Like I'm good, you know? But knowing that, and then I saw someone post a scene from the movie, you know, where it's all three of them, and you know, the iconic Spider-Man pointing at each other gif. okay, so there was that, and I saw that, and I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. Like that's actually pretty dope. But I don't know the instances like how they came into the universe and what's happening and this and that, So I know they're in it, but that's the extent that I know. I don't know anything else. And it's like one of those things where it's like I see someone talking about it, I scroll away from social media, or I'll just turn off my phone completely and move on and do something else, So I think I've done pretty well avoiding spoilers, for Spider-Man. I'm not gonna lie, I already pre-ordered the Blu-ray. I already pre-ordered it. So as soon as that thing drops, I'll end up getting it. So we'll see. I think that's the one thing that I like about Amazon. When you pre-order shit, they don't charge you until it actually drops.
Perfect.
So yeah.
Thanks for telling me. Now I'm gonna do that.
That's a good move.
Eternals is gonna be out soon too, and you guys just saw that like 10 days ago.
Yeah.
I know whatever you feel, but I didn't have to see it in theater. Yeah,
I'm not gonna either, but I'll watch it on Disney as I'm doing my dishes.
Yeah. So I don't know if that was a shot at me or
no. I just was a shot at Eternals.
Oh, okay. So I mean, I'm excited for Eternals. I'll end up watching it, on Disney Plus. So
excited's not the right word, but I will watch it. Before we go too much deeper into the comments, I completely forgot, for those of you new to the show, at the top of the episode, we like to also highlight an alcohol beverage that one of us is drinking. And I'm going to give the floor to Ash.
Is it because you noticed I wasn't drinking?
No. That's not it at all. I just realized I went out of order.
It's because he noticed that my drink was here, and now
I'm like, ah. So, Ash, what are you drinking today, bud?
Terramana. If I'm not wrong, this is the Rocks tequila.
That is correct. And you got the Blanco?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it. It's smooth. I mean, I like, when I say this, I'm not shitting on it. Again, why am I going blank? The one with the brown cork on top and a Cuervo. No, not Cuervo. Why can't I think of you? The one that looks like the fucking Luke Skywalker's house. Tequila. And it's a beige cork on top, and it comes in a green box.
Patron?
Yes, Patron. Thank you. It's not better than my Patron, but like
How am I the asshole?
But I don't know. Well, you made me fucking say a paragraph.
That's what you get for helping him.
I know, right? Fuck you for helping.
I like it a lot. It's smooth. It doesn't have a bite. I did it with margaritas, and it was really, really fucking good. Mm-hmm. And then to wash it down, I'm doing AC/DC's Power Up. It's a Kelly. I would have waited till Andreas, because he usually tells me better, like because he read up on the drink or whatever.
Yeah,
it's really good. IPAs are work for me to fucking drink because I usually use it as a chaser, as I've discussed before. But this one's actually pretty smooth, and it's not as bittery as usually IPAs are for me. But I'm definitely gonna keep the can because that's fucking dope. And tequila.
Dig it.
If you really like the Blanco, you need to pick up the Reposado. That one should be a lot more smoother.
If you really want to party with me, keep your hands where our eyes can see. Busta Rhymes.
Thank you for that. Dropping rhymes. And cheers. Cheers, everybody.
You're dropping bars, son.
Son, you want some of this hot fire? Daylan. Chappelle showed sketch. All right. And then the last piece that Heavyweight talks about isn't necessarily a question, but it's an observation. He recently saw, it says Ghostbusters was okay. I just felt that it was just a remake of 1984 Ghostbusters, which I can see that. All right, this one's directly to you, Heavyweight. I totally see what you mean there.
Luis is like, fight me.
Fuck no. totally see what you mean. The way that it was presented, it did seem to tug on the nostalgia thread a little bit, but
this is the Cross the Streams one, right? That's part 2.
That's part 1. Cross the Streams, part 1. Yeah.
Oh, okay, it's part 1.
But I had such an emotional tie to the first film that the way that they did it, even though it was like a strong homage to the first film, like I saw it as an homage. I didn't see it as a ripoff. I saw it as like, I thought it was just, and the back history behind it. So for those of, I don't know if everybody knows this, the director of the original film, his son directed this film.
Oh, very cool.
And so I thought it was a very cute, like, passing of the torch from father to son, and he does it in his way, and it's a very family values, like in its core, a very family movie, and I fucking loved it for that, and that they had respect for the lore that's been made up in the previous 2 films. Like, couldn't have done it better, sir.
Any mention of the all-girl one? Like, do they show up at all? Or
not at all. Not even a little
really?
bit. No. Yeah, that thing has been purged from existence. I didn't hate it the way the rest of the world did. I didn't really compare it to the first 2. I was just kind of like, okay, this is the thing now. But this one is very much in the same universe of it. It's just like it happened all these years later. So,
do you feel between Ocean's 8, the Ghostbusters, the Charlie's Angels, do you really feel that, like, the way they say, oh, you guys won't come see it because it's a girls' movie? Like the way actresses have portrayed like they won't see it because it's a girls' movie. But like that's fucking not true, because everybody's seen Underworld. Not that it was a girl movie, but I mean it was a female-led movie. Everybody's Domino, fucking there's a lot of female-led movies that are amazing.
Yeah.
I think that's a cop-out sometimes, where you're just saying, oh, you didn't see this movie because I'm Muslim, or whatever the situation is.
Right, and it's like, no, I didn't watch it because it was bad writing. Like, yeah, I see what you're saying. I mean, Esteban, when the female-led Ghostbusters movie came out, I know you defended it pretty well. Have you rewatched it since you originally saw it?
I have not.
Yeah,
I have not. I saw it.
I challenge you to do that. Like, not that I think that it would change, because I think you and I agreed that we're like, oh, I don't hate it as much as the rest of the world did. But I would like you to rewatch it, and then I kind of want to revisit that same question. Be like,
yeah, because I know when the trailer came out, like I was pretty excited about it. You know, I know my wife and I went to go see it opening weekend when it came out. I know she liked it. You know, but I mean, that has nothing to do with, you like how Ash was saying, is that it was because she liked it because it was a female-led cast. You know what I mean? I honestly think that Leslie Jones, Kate McKinnon, Kristen Wiig, and God, what's her name? Melissa McCarthy. I think they held their own. I think they did really well as far as acting goes. I think from what I remember, the one thing I didn't like is how Chris Hemsworth was very dim-witted. That I didn't like. That I was kind of like, okay,
a little on the nose. Like I see why they did it. Like,
yeah, you know, it seemed very much like, okay, you've
seen the ditzy girl. Well, we got a ditzy guy. Like,
exactly. You know, so it was that, you know, and I really didn't like that, you know, but whatever, you know, like it was a small role, you know, like the whole thing, like, are you wearing glasses without lenses? It's like, no. You cannot compare him to Janine, because Janine wasn't a dimwit, you know, in the film. She was sarcastic, she was hilarious, and she held her own.
Ghostbusters,
you know?
what do you want?
Yeah. Exactly, you know, the Chris Hemsworth role,
I mean, was he there? Yeah, sorry, you were about to say what I was going to ask.
The Chris Hemsworth role, I think they tried to compare it to Rick Moranis' role, you know, because you know how Rick Moranis was like not a dimwit, but very like
innocent,
oblivious to certain things, you know. But see, it's like you have that, but then you have Chris Hemsworth, where they're like, "Are you wearing glasses without lenses?" And he's just like, "Oh yeah, I am." You know, it's just like, what the fuck, like for real. You know, so it's like shit like that, you know. So I wasn't a big fan of that, but I will rewatch it. I've actually been meaning to, because I have not seen Ghostbusters Afterlife yet. I know it's going to be coming out February 1st on Blu-ray, so I'm pretty sure I'll probably either be picking it up or streaming it wherever it shows up. So
very nice.
Afterlife is really good. And I'll be curious to see what you guys think.
Cool.
All right, and that takes us to our last comment before we get into the show. And this comment is actually a very heartfelt comment by none other than Zach. And Zach says, "Hola, comics crew. I listened to episode 12, which was posted a year ago to the day, and wow, how the show has changed and remained the same in all the right ways.
Why is he talking shit? I'm just kidding.
Ash interrupting and winning at being the most buzzed by the end of the show. In that episode, you guys played a drink shot when Ash interrupts. By the way, Ash, awesome WWE Xmas sweater, and spoke about imaginary gifts you each would have given each other. Oh shit, I remember that episode.
Mm-hmm.
Suggestion: maybe you guys can do a special annual show to review all of the episodes over the year, highlight memorable moments, best skits, bloopers, behind the scenes, stories, podcasts, etc. Anyways, great show today. I love the games. As usual, Ash, your Alex Trebek inspired tact is on point, son. Spun the wheel like Pat Sajik in his prime.
Hey, Jack.
Thank you.
Millennial.
Luis, I know. Luis, glad you liked the show I recommended. Guest book, the storyline of the location evolves into season 2 and closed out in a very satisfying way. Hope you guys enjoyed to the end. TV series intros, I always watch and not skip. That's right. I asked the question, what do you watch and not skip? Any intro? And so his response, he has 4 for us. 1, True Blood. 2, What We Do in the Shadows. Yes, son. 3, Twilight Zone. 4, Rick and Morty. And an honorable mention, SpongeBob SquarePants. Come on, how could you skip that intro? And then Zach's favorite Xmas movie has to be watched every Christmas is Gremlins. Gremlins is a Christmas movie, just like Die Hard is. Oh, Jesus. Okay, well, Gremlins, I agree with you. Definitely agree with you. Die Hard, I was convinced.
I think I like part 2 of Gremlins better than 1. Is that blasphemous?
No, it was
Which
good.
is the one where he's Rambo?
The second one.
Driving the Corvette. 2, right?
Second one, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think like the last act takes place at a movie theater.
Yeah. I think I like that one better. But Stripe is fucking dope. I've always loved Stripe.
And then happy holidays to all of you CP and Comics Podcast. And I wish you and your families a very happy year long. Looking forward to another year of Comics Podcast. Check you later. Sir, check you later. You have outdone yourself of your sweet comment. Oh my God. Thank you, man. We appreciate that. Any thoughts, guys?
No, I mean, he was pretty spot on. And the loyalty is amazing.
Next level.
Hey, Zach, I know you're going to be listening to this. So what you need to do moving forward, I know that was a dope ass.
You can't see it without a background.
Yeah.
But
so his homework for 2022 is every person that you meet throughout the year, you have to tell them about the podcast.
As a general would.
Because you know what generals do? Generals recruit.
That's right.
You need to be recruiting for us, sir, if you want to keep your title.
Or you will fight. No,
we'll fight Luis.
It was a firefight.
It was a firefight. All right. So that takes us into the start of
the point
our
of
show.
No return.
Yes.
Oh.
And so the first thing I wanted to talk about is the Batman.
The Batman.
Spiderman has come and gone. And
you know what I mean?
And now
Hey. Permit 5-second rule. Permission to do one spoil.
No.
Okay. Thing to the. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Spider-Man is come and gone, which is what a lot of us were looking forward to. Now the next one that's coming out is on March 3rd, which is less than 90 days away. And that
It's different when you say it like that.
That is the Batman that's coming out. And so they HBO Max announced that they will start streaming of it on April 19th. They're going to allow it 46 days in the theater. So
Interesting.
So that's the first big blockbuster that's happening in 2022. At the beginning of 2021, they announced, by they I mean HBO Max, announced that they were going to be releasing everything simultaneously in the name of quarantine and people not going to the theaters, but they're trying to do a smooth transition back into theaters. So 45 days, a theater exclusive release before it starts to stream on HBO Max. Still a good deal to keep your HBO Max subscription, but be able to go out and check out those movies. So
if it's Titanic, Batman Begins big, Dark Knight big, do you think they'd push it back like, hey, never mind, maybe summer?
No.
Just to make more of that money in the theater?
So.
No.
Because they pushed it back a couple times already.
It was pushed back twice already.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying once it's in theaters, if it's making Titanic money, do you think they push the streaming further down?
No,
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah.
I said that. Zach, remember I said that.
Esteban, what do you feel about them doing a 45-day exclusive theater release?
Hey man, that's cool because the way that the world has been going the last 2 years with this virus still being out there, I don't have to wait very long in order to watch it on my television. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And the only reason why is because I got 2 little ones at home. I cannot risk going to the theater and bringing home something. And that's the only thing.
I get that.
So, which is why there's a lot of stuff I haven't seen yet. Although, and I know this is going to be very contradictory, for my wife's birthday, we went to Vegas very safely, and we actually saw The House of Gucci. That movie was fucking dope. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I was blown away by the story, number one. Number two, the rise and essentially fall and then the rise again of that company. It was fantastic. That is the last movie that we saw because we went to go see it in theaters and literally had the theater to ourselves. There was nobody there because we saw it the same day that Spiderman premiered.
How I mean, I'm sure you had a wonderful time.
2 for The House of Gucci. Did you mean Spider-Man? No.
I'm just thinking everyone's wearing their shirts and you're just clutching your 2 tickets and I'm sure it was still a wonderful time. Obviously you're there with your wife on her birthday, but was there a small part of you, if you can admit, blink twice, that there was a small part of you that it's like you were hoping she'd be like, just kidding, let's watch the biggest movie in Marvel since Endgame?
Yes.
Yes. But at least you know it was a good movie, though.
Yeah, it was good.
It
was very good.
Is it a documentary or is it like an acted out?
It's acted out. Adam Driver's in it. Lady Gaga's in it. Al Pacino's in it. Jared Leto's in it. Jared Leto is unrecognizable in that fucking movie, and it's fantastic. I think he plays a very good role in that film.
It's fun.
Yeah,
I dig it. And actually, kudos to Vegas, by the way. They've been doing really well in everything. They've really been respecting distancing and sanitizing and stuff. So
they have. We went to a couple of casinos and we would sit down at the slot machines, and as soon as we got up, someone was right behind us to kind of clean up where we were at, when we walked away.
Yeah.
So it was cool. There were people walking around, and if you weren't wearing your mask, they were telling you put your mask on.
Oh yeah, I got yelled at. Once I was drunk, I take my mask out, take a sip of my drink, and I'm walking, sir,
Yeah. There was a lot of people there that would wear the mask under the nose, and they would tell them, no, you needs to be above your nose, so it was stuff like that. It was actually pretty cool. So
Ash, how do you feel about March 3rd in theaters, 46 theater exclusive release.
I liked it. I'm still not sold all the way. It looks like you're gonna punch the fuck out of your cat. Are you okay?
I was sneezing. Yeah.
You were like, fucking, I'm gonna fuck you up.
What do you think? What do you think about
Batman?
Okay.
Is it because of Robert Pattinson? Is that why you're not sold on it?
No,
I mean, what is it that you're not sold on?
I learned my lesson on Ben Affleck a long time ago. I much like you, I was at work when they said he was going to be Batman, I was almost, bless you, I was really like, it's going to be another Clooney. Like, he's not really going to be into it. And it really took till the end that it was announced like in the morning. By the end of the day, I was kind of like, you know what? They scrap everything and redo and all this shit anyway. So like, it's all good. Like, and I think it was kind of also, there was the letdown of it's not going to be Christian Bale.
Right.
So, but I know he's a fucking very gifted actor. I won't ever watch him again, but I didn't hate Twilight. I mean, it wasn't for me, but it was one of those where I saw the first one and I was like, I got to finish this thing again. But it was just to say that I did it. And he's an amazing actor. The only, my iffiness too is the same kind of thing I had with Christian Bale. Like Batman or Keaton wasn't huge, but he still looked like I'm gonna whip your ass.
True.
And Bale was really, especially in Rises, when it was almost like skin tight, where it was like Batman Begins had a bigger, thicker, like, and then they just kept making him skinnier, and it kept going like, oh, okay, it's weird against Bane, and this suit is kind of skinny too. I'm hoping they go maybe the other way. I don't need him to be huge, but like, he shouldn't look like Spiderman.
Right.
Spiderman, you know what I mean? Like, but other than that, I think it's gonna be a great story. I think it's gonna be. I'm kind of really more looking forward to what Keaton does with Batman, but if it's going to be Pattinson as like a trilogy, I'm gonna be day one invested. Buy the T-shirt, buy the fucking commemorative cup. I'm all in. If it's gonna be the new Justice League or the new whatever, then we'll have to see what it is on. But if it's gonna be just another trilogy, I'm all in. The story looks good. The trailer, when he came through the fucking I spit. When he came through the fucking window,
fucking flirt.
When he came through the window, I didn't swallow. When he came through the window, that was Batman. And then, much like what I liked about Ben Affleck was it's almost like when you're playing Arkham Asylum, like this into this into this into this. That, again, like, that's why I'm not gonna talk shit and say like, and then all of a sudden fucking become a Rams fan. I'm
wow, you asshole.
I'm not even making fun of you. I'm talking about actually a family member who was a Cowboys fan and then they sucked and then all of a sudden went back to the Rams. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
Never mind, cousins. I love you. But
liar.
I'm really not lying.
No, I know.
But I'm gonna be there. It's when you ask that question, it's a pick and choose of what there's no way I can miss it. Like Spider-Man, there's no way I can miss it. Batman, clearly. But even though you get to choose where you get to sit, you can't choose where that other motherfucker is gonna sit.
True.
I've went to Carnage and Vanessa sat next to the Stranger. And then this time, even though we're like row fucking 26 and every fucking row is empty, they still sit where they chose and they still pick the seat next to you.
So fucking,
I don't know why that fucking
shit,
happened,
dude.
It doesn't make any fucking sense. I don't know if
crazy.
it's maybe that whole like if we all see Star Wars together, we get to yell when the fucking credits come up, or like I don't know what it is where you think we would all be. I swear to you, it was like on a fucking Tuesday, so it wasn't packed because they have 3 different showings of Spider-Man.
Okay.
So I will pick and choose. I will sit next to the stranger. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I do care, but I would rather it be me than you know, freaking her daughter or her.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But it's a real pick and choose, especially with as of current, a lot of our friends are working from home because of, I'm gonna say this wrong, Omicron.
Omnicron.
Decepticon. Fucking Decepticon.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it sounds like a transformer.
Oh shit. But because of that, a lot of our friends are working from home, so it's weird that things are opening up. But that's a different situation. It's a pick and choose on what I'm gonna do. Sorry, everything has been a rant today.
No.
Don't
This
apologize.
is a podcast. All we do is talk.
It's a podcast.
I heard it.
All right, so
it's a podcast.
It's a podcast.
Ash, you are.
We're back to me.
We're back to you.
Yeah.
You are my resident evil in knowing wrestling facts.
Oh wow. Okay.
Let me ask you a question. If you had to guess, and I want to see how close you are, without looking at your phone, could you tell me the highest grossing WWE event ever?
WrestleMania.
Which one?
WrestleMania. It's got to be 15 or 17. 15 was good, but the 15 was good, but The Rock wasn't he was The Rock, but he was everybody. It has to be 17 because The Rock was The Rock and it was against Stone Cold. So I will go with 17.
This is the nail. This is the hammer. Fucking nailed it, dude. Absolutely.
Well done, sir.
WrestleMania
15 was good because sorry.
You're fine.
It won't be a rant, I swear. 15 was good, but it was like he wasn't The Rock yet. He was more like, because he had just left the corporation, so he just went from a bad guy to a good guy, and he didn't even turn full good guy until after that. But then it became like 2 years of him being the fucking Rock, and then that's when it became it was the equivalent of Hulk Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior for old school people.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, so
it was, for you were watching at the time.
No, I know, but when you compare it to that, you know, I because I'm a big Ultimate Warrior fan too, until I found out that he's a fucking racist. You know,
he was racist. Or what's the one where you're anti Jewish?
He was anti-Semitic. Yeah.
I won't say he was anti-Semite. He said anti-Semitic things, and homophobic things.
Yeah.
But I mean, fucking, he was, when you don't know the background shit, like he was an icon. But you know,
no, absolutely. It's
like Hulk Hogan, but Hulk Hogan came out with fucking even more as a fucking videotape. But yeah, everybody has a bad side.
But you nailed it. 17. It does say that when you're asking fans which is the greatest pay-per-view of all time, WrestleMania 17 is always in the conversation. Top to bottom, incredible event, from the insane TLC match of McMahon's street fight to Stone Cold battling The Rock, or a more technical match like Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit. Every match had stakes, felt important. The roster was deep, which led to an amazing overall show.
Mm-hmm.
And I had
it was also the biggest letdown because Stone Cold turned into a bad guy.
Yeah.
So
he turned heel after that match, or after that WrestleMania.
So it was like a big, it was the highest grossing, but it was also the biggest, like,
from a fan's perspective. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm very impressed by you. I thought it'd be fun to pull up some facts of what I think you guys may know about. And I got one for you, Esteban.
What's
Before
up?
we go on to the next topic.
Mhm.
You're pretty knowledgeable in comic books, right?
Uh, yeah, I guess.
I mean, you decided to create a podcast about it, so yeah, it's a little bit. Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Do you know, and I'm not saying the most expensive comic book, which you
Oh,
probably
wait
know
a
that
second.
answer already. What is the highest grossing comic book? So the most purchased by volume comic book.
Shit.
I can give you a hint
Okay.
if you think you need it. Yes?
Sure.
It's a Marvel property.
Okay, so if it's a Marvel property, it will probably
And
be.
you probably own it.
I probably own it.
Probably do.
Is it the? Okay, is it an X-Men book?
God damn, you're good. I fucking
X-Men.
knew it. Yeah. X-Men
X-Men,
number
yeah.
one.
X-Men number one, the Stan Lee run, or not the Stan Lee, the Jim Lee run, the 1990.
This is the one that
that
folds
gave
out.
us, yeah, the one that gave us the iconic X-Men looks that came out in the 90s cartoon.
Ladies and gentlemen,
'Cause-
our fearless leader is Esteban. X-Men 1991.
Mhm.
It sold a whopping total 8,186,500 copies.
And
during
it
its run.
also made Jim Lee a household name.
Yes, it
So
did.
if you guys are super into comic book art, I highly recommend following Jim Lee's work. Jim Lee does a lot of fantastic work. He's drawn the X-Men, he's drawn Batman, Superman, that iconic wow.
That was the first, the last show of 2021. I fucking hate burping. Sorry. That really came out of nowhere. That was silent but deadly, but anti-reverse.
Wow.
It was a burp though.
Wow.
Sorry.
The cover of where Batman's standing on the gargoyle, but he's standing like chest out, cape flowing in the wind, and then and then there's Superman that's doing the exact same thing. Jim Lee drew those. So
that behind me?
Yes, Jim Lee drew that. So yeah. It made Jim Lee a household name. So
Jim fucking Lee. All right. Well, perfect. I'm impressed. Thank you both. All right. And moving on.
You had to choose. Do you Rob Liefeld or Jim Lee?
Jim Lee, bro.
No question.
You know why? The only reason why is because Rob Liefeld got a lot of shit for drawing Captain America. The comic book where it's Captain America, where he's standing at an angle like this. And I'm not kidding you. It looks like he's got big old boobs. Yeah. And then the one thing that a lot of people make the one thing that a lot of people make fun of Rob Liefeld for is that he doesn't know how to draw feet.
Damn, that's specific.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's pretty specific.
Yeah. No. If you look at some of his earlier work, you can see that like the foot and the ankle, they're very like disproportionated, or they're not proportionate to the body. So
it's interesting.
That's interesting. I will look this up, and all of you should look it up.
Mm-hmm.
And then
right now.
I will say when Image Comics came out and all the number ones, I was one of those motherfuckers that Youngblood, Shadowhawk, fucking I was getting all the number ones.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Oh, by the way, you still have my fucking Spawn number 4.
I still have your Spawn number 4. Yeah.
That's the only one I needed for the first 10.
It was funny, and a quick story. When we went to LA Comic Con. When we went to LA Comic Con, I ran into LVN Comics. If you guys get a chance, you guys, this is a plug for LVN Comics. They're fantastic. You guys need to check them out on Instagram. Follow them. If you guys are getting into buying comic books, he has a shit ton of comics. I'm blown away by how many copies and number one issues and newsstand copies, and he grades the books himself, so he'll grade them. And Christian gives, I'm not kidding you, he is spot on 99% of the time when he ends up giving a score of the book, whether it's a near mint minus, what have you, he is pretty spot on that. So if you guys get a chance, you guys need to follow LVN Comics. They have Instagram auctions. So if you guys are into buying key comics or just want to pick up some comics or whatnot, he has auctions on Instagram. He goes live. Very, very cool. Hilarious. And if this guy, like, no joke, when I ran into him over at LVN Comics, it was like if we knew each other forever. And I've only talked to the guy online. Ash was able to actually pick up Spawn #4, which has now finished his collection of Spawn comic books from issue 1 to I think issue 10 or issue 15 or something like that. So he has now all first prints of Spawn issue 1 all the way to issue 10. So,
and it wasn't every store that I've ever gone to, it was 40, 80, fucking whatever. It was like a reasonably priced comic book. Like, it's still like an older comic book and whatever. Like it wasn't like, but even comic books now are like $5 almost. But like this was a reasonably priced comic.
Well, and that's the thing, is that if you pick up DC comics are a little bit more expensive than Marvel comics because DC spends a little bit more money because they use like more cardstock paper. So you can feel like for the brand new books, you can feel the weight difference between, and I know it's very like technical or like very like, ooh, nerd, that you can feel the difference in weight as far as the paper, the cardstock that DC uses and the paper that Marvel uses, you know what I mean? So you can feel the difference, which is why the Marvel or the DC comic books actually are a little bit, are like $1.25 more than actual DC books. So
did not know that was, that's fucking dope.
It's just the quality that they use. That's all it is.
I'm going to say this wrong. LVN Comics, do they do that thing where you like, I like all Batmans, I like all Supermans, and then like every month you can go collect? I don't know if that's a subscription thing or if that's a
pull.
That's a pull list. That's considered a pull list.
Okay. Do they do that?
Yeah. No. They don't do something like that. He is more so as far as like going to conventions and whatnot. He doesn't have his own store because the comic book thing is a side gig for him. He's a school teacher, and he's a school teacher by day. Okay. He's a school teacher by day, and this comic book is his passion. This is his thing. So he goes to the conventions, he goes to WonderCon, he goes to Comic-Con, he goes to LA Comic-Con and stuff like that. I think even on Saturdays, I think he shows up at Frankenstein's. So he's at Frankenstein's, and you can buy, if you want to go see him in person, you guys can pick up books from him in person. I'm not sure if he's going to Frankenstein still, but I know for a fact he is doing he's still doing the IG auctions. So
very cool.
Yeah.
I love it. Comic books. Go buy some.
Get your books.
Support
small business.
Get your books. Support small business. There are rumors going around the interwebs.
Rumors, you say?
Rumors. Andrew Garfield is being rumored to return as the Sony Spider-Man.
Interesting.
So we're getting into spoiler-esque territory. You already knew that the 3 Spider-Man were returning. They made it a point. There's an after-credit scene, which I will spoil for you, which you may already know about.
Yeah, I think that was already spoiled for me.
The after-credit scene at the end of There Will Be Carnage, this shows Venom going into the Marvel Universe. Okay. And everyone was excited. And then at the end of No Way Home, it undoes that completely. Like, he's like, all right, well, you're going to go back now to the Sony universe. But
what the fuck? Are you serious?
I'm very serious. And so people laughed in my theater when it happened, and it was like a very, like, they scoffed, laughed. Like, are you fucking serious? Like, it was for nothing. But when he disappeared, a small amount of the symbiote was left on the countertop. So, like, that's like to potentially bring Venom here. But to me, it made it very clear that we don't want anything to do with this Venom. It can exist in its own world with Morbius.
Okay.
Now, who's to say that now this rumor that's coming up of like Andrew Garfield was very positively received even by me. I thought he was the steal of the show.
Mm-hmm. That's what I keep hearing.
Which is saying a lot considering the fucking cast that we got and the storyline we got, but he fucking brought it. And so the idea of him having his third film and maybe being in that universe, and so they can potentially run parallel, is interesting to me, but it's still rumor at this point. Esteban, what do you feel?
Hey man, I am willing to give. I was one of the ones that really dug the Amazing Spider-Man 1. Amazing Spider-Man 2, meh, but I'm willing to give Andrew Garfield another shot. That's the one thing that I have noticed was that Andrew Garfield did steal the show as far as No Way Home. So that's pretty exciting. And I think Toby was more like, yeah, you know what? I did my 3 films. I'm done type thing, again, don't know the extent of his role in the film. So, I mean, I think just like Henry Cavill, I think Andrew Garfield was given the shaft in his time to play Spider-Man. So I'm more than happy to see Andrew, pick up and run with this with getting a second chance to do Spider-Man. So I'm all in for that.
Love it. Ash, trying to attempt in keeping it as spoiler free as possible. What are your thoughts?
To get myself ready, I in everything we've always talked about, Andrew Garfield signed on to being part of No Way Home. Fucking Tobey Maguire signed to be No Way Home. That all got said very early, and then all of a sudden, I don't know why they're fucking amazing. That we all fucking knew that, and somehow they figured out a way to make that what you've already known a spoiler.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like don't say shit because it's gonna be a spoiler. We've already fucking really said what we said already, but I will say so. I already knew that they were going to be in the movie, but it's one of those things where I saw it because I just didn't want to. At the very least, if they're not in it, I'm going to see something they're going to reference in part 2 of Amazing Spider-Man or part 2 of regular Spider-Man. And I will say, like, Tobey Maguire, I saw that Spider-Man 8 times in the theater because it was like, again, it was like my Keaton, where it was like, you're taking it serious. It's not a movie where everybody's putting on the suit to be a part of a multi-million-dollar thing, and then that's going to be their bread and butter, but they're going to go and do something artistic and then come back to this for the paycheck movie. And when I saw the Andrew Garfield ones again, that one, Tom Holland is the perfect Spider-Man, but Andrew Garfield is my Spider-Man in that when Tobey Maguire tried to be cool, Andrew Garfield didn't look like a nerd trying to be cool. He looked like, I'm fucking cool. Like it, without, again, not trying to be cool. Like when he stepped up to Flash, when he fucking, I'm still nervous as fuck to talk to a chick, but he did it in a way where like I could, oh my God, you're so shy, I like you. He did it in like that kind of a way. And I forgot the fucking relationship between Gwen and him. How fucking amazing that fucking relationship was. Another almost like the Mary Jane Tom Holland like relationship where like, stay here. Of course she doesn't stay there. Of course she fucking, nothing like all of that. Like Hedda Weber still not gonna stay there. Going against her dad to be with you. Realizes you're not being with me because my dad made you promise. Like all those little amazing things that like made the relationship amazing. And that whole little like, I don't know how to answer you, like that whole little fucking stutter he does, amazing. The way he was in this,
You're amazing. You're
bit,
amazing.
You're made it a little, yeah, right. And then when he was like, even when he was like famous, when he was dealing with Max and like, hey buddy, got you. Hey, can you do me a favor? Like,
you're my eyes and ears out here, buddy.
Yeah.
You're my eyes and ears. Yeah.
But where he took it like, oh my god, he knows my name.
He noticed
and whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's the equivalent of when Tobey Maguire was like, okay, they didn't like your play, but Spider-Man gets judged all the time. Like the way they did it was a lot better. Whereas he was saying you're my eyes and ears, but he was still giving you the time of day. Where like they made Tobey Maguire like, oh yeah, well, so they didn't like your play. So what? Like, I didn't know you were fired for 2 months. Like little things like that, like where it wasn't working, and then the dance, and then the whatever, and then you know what I mean. But the way they did it with him was a little bit different, and was still like, we're still connected, we're still whatever, but you are like the 8th person I've saved today, like, you know,
right? Yeah, and then even when they come back to Electro in the Amazing Spider-Man 2, and it's like, you don't remember me? Of course I remember you. Remind me, what's your name again? That's Max. That's right, Max. You're my eyes and ears. And like kind of
He doesn't remember.
Very charismatic. And then even when his like with his little quips, he's like, I am so like in the first film when he catches like when he first suits up and he catches the car robber. It's like, oh, I am so sorry. Oh, and he's like shooting all that. But it's like it's that versus Tobey Maguire. Are you in or are you out? You're the one that's out, Gobby, out of your mind. Like so horror. Like it is just.
Are you kidding me? I did 90% of your job. Like little like.
Yeah,
it's almost like a little injection of Deadpool without full on, like maybe like a little bit 10% Deadpool.
And it's just like, and Andrew Garfield did it so effortlessly. Like I'll say this, so I have to step away for a quick second. So just to you, Ash, super quick. The constant jabs at it being the lowest grossing film of the 3 was hilarious to me. Like there was a scene where it's like Peter 1, Peter 2, it's like Peter 3, like just like being the last one and be like, man, I suck. Like you guys went to space, like, man, I'm lame. It's like, no, you're not lame. And he's like, no, you're not. You're amazing. You're amazing.
Yeah, you're amazing.
You're amazing. And it's like amazing.
Then,
Spider-Man. Like
although it wasn't Gwen, it was still that feeling of rights.
Oh, dude, I fucking cried.
Yeah. So, hard. But like everybody fucking, it was almost, there was a funny skit that they put up at SNL, and the tag was, is there anything Andrew Garfield can't do? And somebody put under, save Gwen.
That's fucked up, dude.
Dude, and
I was like, but it was one of those like those memes where they put up the meme, but the response is so good they make it part of the meme kind of thing. And it was like that was fucking ouch.
Dude, Garfield can turn on the waterworks like nobody's business too. Yeah. Like when that shit turns on, like you feel the pain. Like even I remember watching, I mean, I know a lot of people didn't care for Amazing 2. I liked it better the first time, but I've rewatched it since, and I still like it. It's not without its flaws, but the very, very, very end of the film where he goes through his like 6-week depression, where he doesn't go out, and then he doesn't bring himself to watching Gwen Stacy's acceptance speech of like being the top student or whatever, graduation, and he watches it, and it says that we have to be the best versions of ourselves.
Oh, because he lost her.
Right. Yeah. And so it was like putting into perspective. So seeing him come out of depression and like the little kid in the Spider-Man standing up to the rhino, and he's like, appreciate you, Spider-Man. You mind if I take it from here? Take care of your mom, okay? Like just and you can hear it in his you hear it in his voice that he's like, bro, I'm still dealing with some shit. He's like, hey, but it's bigger than him. Yeah. So he's talking to the little boy and he's saying, hey, go take care of your mom, okay? I got this guy. Like, but like you hear the broken in his heart still, but he says these words of encouragement for this little boy, and he like runs back to his mom, and then he's like, hey, And then he like has the fucking police intercom, and it's like, "I'm gonna take you out," whatever. People start cheering, and it's like, I'm giving the excitement that the people need to see, even though that's not what I feel. Like, it was deep on so many fucking levels. Like, because go ahead.
A very real thing when somebody loses somebody, that little fucking the voicemail that he just plays over and over just to hear his voice when he's feeling down. Like, it was a lot. Oh, that was part one, but there's still a lot of. I feel like they made Electro blue and everybody just went, "I'm out.
I'm out." Yeah.
And then that little bang, 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 like the little whatever the fuck they were trying to do. Like, I'll never understand why. Like, they did it in Batman Returns and they made it 2 villains, and then all of a sudden everybody needs to make it 2 villains. Like, do the one and then everybody's 2 villains. Like, why can't it just be like, hey, Venom and Carnage got together, bring in Punisher? Like, if they team up, we team up. They just always try to fit in, fucking 3 people, and then you have the whole, this is how they fucking grew up, and this is how they became fucking Mephisto, and this is how they became, and it becomes like, you don't have enough time to tell all these stories. And then not only do you not have enough time to tell the stories, we have to get to this ending in 2 hours so that it's not Endgame, or so that it's not Titanic or whatever. Like, you got to tell what this guy's doing, what fucking his friends are doing. And because it's contracts, like, hey, dude, if you get fucking Michael Keaton in the movie, you have to give him fucking 87 scenes. Not to mention the fucking guy that's going to star in it. Not to mention the villain storyline and plot. Like, that's a lot to fucking take care of and still make that movie make sense without it being Lord of the Rings.
Unless they do it like the way they did Force Awakens, where they announced that Mark Hamill was going to be in the film, and we're all waiting for Hamill. At the very end, we get 5 seconds of it, and then that's it, and we're all like, "What the fuck?" Like, it was still a great movie, but like, you know what I mean? But
that was the biggest turn on me, because they really built that up to be Finn, and I didn't know that Rey was going to be the.
And I remember the backlash of there was no Rey toy. And I remember the backlash, and I want to say we talked about it too. And it was like this little girl that wrote into, like, I think the Lego store or something, of like, "Oh, I bought the Star Wars set, but there's no Rey." But then when the movie came out, be like, "We didn't release her because we didn't want it to be a spoiler," but they sent her a little Rey like
that's cute
to go with it, and it's like, we didn't want to spoil it, like, so we didn't even Rey. Throw her in. Oh, it's fucking badass. Anyway. Moving on from Spider-Man, but hopefully, I would love to see Andrew Garfield go in. Motherfucker hasn't aged a day, so
I would. That would be cool if somehow, like, maybe Tom Holland is Marvel, but Andrew Garfield is Sony.
That's what they're insinuating.
Okay, that would be kind of fucking very cool. That way, like, if he can act out Endgame stuff, and he can act out, like, he knows Scarlet Witch, like, little whatever.
Yeah, like at the end or in the Morbius trailer, you see 2 things happen that we know that it's not in the Marvel universe. Number one is that Keaton's in it as a doctor, so he can't be in the Marvel universe because in the Marvel universe he's Vulture. But the second thing is, in that same scene in the background, there's a Spider-Man poster that says,
Wait. I'm sorry. Say that again. Keaton's in it. Because when Morbius? You said that, I thought Keaton was Vulture in it.
No, it's a doctor. It's a different person.
Really?
Yeah. So we know it's not the same universe. So that's established, right? Now, in that same scene in the background in the subway, there is a Spider-Man poster, and someone spray painted the word "murderer" on it. And it was.
But that's still Tom Holland for Mysterio, right?
No, it's not the same costume. Fans are speculating that it's the Spider-Man costume, Sam Raimi costume. That it's that one, but Amazing 2 changed the design. If they were to say that that's who it is, like, I can see that fitting in that universe, so that the 2 universes can run parallel.
For Gwen?
Potentially. I can see that.
Okay.
Like, no official statement has been released, but just based off of, like, the little pop-out webs on the costume, it looks like it's the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. But So we know Spider-Man is in this world. So they established that, but they also established there's no Marvel connection. So we get Morbius, and then we know, and because in the trailer he even says, "I'm Venom." I'm just kidding. I'm Dr. Morbius or whatever in that trailer. So we know Venom's in that world, and they even make a statement of it. It's like we haven't seen something this weird since the events in San Francisco, which was where Venom takes place. So we got San Francisco.
That's a lot. I'm a fucking comic book. Well, I'm not a comic book nerd, but I'm a comic book movie at least nerd. That's hard to keep track of.
There was a lot in the Morbius trailer. Like it seemed that they were really trying to plant the roots of what they're doing. So we know in that trailer we see all of those things. So Spider-Man typically takes place in New York. It's possible that that's happening on the other side of the United States. So, okay, how do they decide to connect it? I can see a potential through like they were setting up the Sinister Six before they canceled the third Amazing. If True. They decide to still release the third Amazing, have a Sinister Six, team up with Venom, team up with Morbius, because they're both look like they're going to be anti-heroes. It would be the three of them versus the Sinister Six. We got ourselves a movie. How good of a movie, I don't know.
Yeah.
But wait, how would he be with Morbius if Sinister Six is he's Vulture? Vulture's part of the Sinister Six.
They can change the six villains, but we don't know. They could use a different Vulture. In
that may be.
In Amazing 2, they had all of the gear at Oscorp of the different Sinister Six. They had the Doc Ock arms. They had the Vulture wings. And like there's a scene where he's walking from chamber to chamber, and it's like all the fans are like, oh, Sinister Six. And back then, when Amazing 2 came out, there was supposed to be a standalone Sinister Six film. And Paul Giamatti was going to play a bigger role in it, where he played the robot Rhino. Yeah. And then it never happened. It got scrapped. And Amazing 3 got scrapped. So if they were to re-envision it, I don't know if Paul Giamatti would come back, but like if they were to go that route, I can see them, using different heroes. Do they use Kraven? Do they use
well, remember there's going to be that standalone Kraven film.
Mm-hmm. So maybe that's a tie-in.
Hey, who knows? Yeah.
And he can be like an anti-hero but villain that you kind of cheer for.
Yeah, that's also very true.
I feel like Sony's good. Sony's whatever. And I will at least give them the credit of if it doesn't make $1 billion, they don't give up. I will give them at least that credit. But I will say that like it needs the Marvel touch. They need the little like even if it's fucking all Sony, but like Marvel does everything, and you just put an association with Sony and just let Sony get their money. Like it needs to at least make everything fucking make sense, because here's where we're going, and not like, hey, we put Salma Hayek in it. You guys like it? No? Okay. Well, here, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't. It's just the DC way of working is not work. You don't do the fucking DC way of doing it.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're seeing that, hoping. But anyway.
Again, that's a hoping.
Yeah. But since you've already discussed this, I will say this.
Yep.
This Eddie Brock would not be any anti Peter Parker. Hopefully it's still fucking Tom Hardy. Or if it's somebody else that they want to be Eddie Brock, that's fine too. But it would still be that would confuse people to general public. The little thing that stayed, the Eddie, like let it land on like anti Peter Parker. But
if it lands on Flash, that happened in a 2000 run of comic books, that would be interesting. Okay, like, it would be a different angle, because Flash Thompson being in it doesn't like Peter Parker, but likes Spider-Man, becomes obsessed with Spider-Man, finds out when the world finds out that Peter Parker Spider-Man, like I can see an arc being developed there of like, I hate
which
him.
Is what I've liked.
Why does he have it? Like,
which is what I wanted for fucking Venom 2. Like when Carnage was about to fucking kill his chick, and there wasn't that that should have been the one little like I'm trying to break out of you. And it was like, no, that's not working. Like what you're doing is not working. And don't have it be in a church if we're not going to get the iconic fucking, that's what
rip it out.
Yeah. That's the association with the, like, it's little nods, but like Sony, like just give them enough to where they know, just give them enough to where it's like, it's a nod to it, but do it right. Make it make sense. If they're going to be fucking the natural born killers, then let them be the natural born killers. And the only one he cares about is the one that's going to, and now this is going to be a part of me. And that's the one thing that's going to kill. The only thing you care about, again, makes way more sense than what happened in that movie.
Again, yeah. I get
you. Well, no, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, but I've talked about that before.
But well, no, it's all good because I've seen spoilers and stuff like that, and on TikTok there's people that post full scenes of the movie, so like I'm aware of what happens in the church and whatnot. So it's funny because I saw one TikTok where the scene where Carnage says "Let there be carnage," and then it cuts to someone who's like, "All right, he said the line. Let's get out of here." So. But yeah, I mean, Venom 2 isn't one of those where it's like I'd be heartbroken if things were spoiled for me. You know what I mean?
It had a very CW.
It seemed like
Flash.
It
looked like it.
Like it seemed like with that whole little like it's gonna end on a good line and then we're gonna go to the next scene. But like when he's turning into Venom, Carnage, something wicked this way comes. Like what?
Who talks like that?
How do you not like?
But again, it's not
little fucking moments of humanity where I'm absolutely psychotic. Like this, even if he accepted death as it's gonna be death, like okay, so you're gonna be even more evil than like, come on, homie, you bit Eddie Brock, you don't know what's happening to you. Like it should be the one time you panic because you've always been in like charge of yourself. Like I don't know this.
the one thing
I don't want to leave it to Sony, man. Like you just
the one thing that I didn't like
with Sony. Sorry, go ahead.
No, for sure. No. I completely understand what you're saying. But the one thing where it completely took me out of the film or wanting to see the film was when Luis said that Venom goes to a rave. It's and that's the thing. And that's the thing. It's like, why the fuck would he go to a rave, especially if it's noise that bothers him?
Yes, and it's almost Luis. It's almost Spider-Man 3, Tobey Maguire cringe. Venom without fucking Eddie Brock, yeah, and then like, oh, fucking Eddie's in trouble. I got to go. Like, fuck, I think I did a great impression.
That was a pretty great impression.
That was actually pretty good.
It's almost like you're fighting with your best friend, but it's not coming off like that. It's coming off like, I don't know. Hey, we need 15 more minutes of a scene. Throw this in. Now he has glow sticks.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that I've also seen the scene. I've also seen the scene where Venom is attached to Eddie's girlfriend and Venom wants Eddie to apologize. And I'm like, he wouldn't fucking ask for an apology. Like, what the fuck, dude?
How do you fucking not utilize Michelle Williams to fucking the nth degree? She's an amazing actress. Like,
I don't know, man. But that's what I'm saying.
You do stuff with, it's no comparison to Emma Stone, but you make Emma Stone shine, you make Zendaya shine, but you can't make an Oscar-winning fucking actress shine. Like this is why fucking Sally Fields was like, this is the boringest actress or the boringest character I've ever done.
Because when she played Aunt May, yeah.
Scene. You don't give her fucking. You give her like, I care for you scenes, or I'm fighting with my husband because we're not. You like.
But that's the thing,
man.
is
you
that
just wouldn't do that to people.
Right. And that's the thing, is that I'm not sure if a lot of people know this, but Sally Field hated the fact that she was Aunt May in Amazing 1 and 2. She hated it. She, like Ash said, she considered it a boring role. Like, you're giving an Oscar-winning actor Aunt May which is fine. It's not a bad role, but when you have her not do anything, then it's like, what the fuck, dude? Like Marissa Tomei did more in these 3 films, and especially in this last one, I'm assuming, than Sally Field did in Amazing 1 and 2.
Oof, oof, oof.
Oh, fucking oof.
It's Marissa Tomei. Come on.
God damn.
Did you guys see the merge of all 3 and the conversation?
She's all hot.
Fucking super hot. Even the
3 at Mace
from evil chick was like really hot. Like fucking hey, homie. Grandma can get it.
Jesus.
They even put that little rogue streak in her hair. I was like, God damn, you guys did it right.
All right, moving on from that. Evil. Finish it.
Not a great line.
No. A lot of
but
those
that's what I'm saying. Like Sony, I almost feel like this would be a great line, but if the actor doesn't portray what you're thinking in your head, like just don't make it CW, don't make it fucking but that's where the balls stick out. Like, why are we cutting on this? Like, what? Like, this is not good.
Merry Christmas. It's summer.
Yeah, but he's the wrong Flash.
Yeah.
I can't.
There was a cute jab, and I'm sorry we keep talking about Spider-Man. I swear this is the last one. There's a cute jab at DC that was in the movie. I don't know if Ash, you caught it. Flash writes a book, and the title of his book was Flashpoint.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah.
So like when all of the stuff starts happening, he writes a book, and he's like, "Oh, me and Spider-Man have always been best friends. You can read about it in my book, Flashpoint." And it's like, I see what you did there, because this is a
Flashpoint. I don't like that little win that he got though.
Oh,
no, really don't.
No, me neither.
I can't tell you without spoiling. I'm not gonna say it, but that little win that he got, like, I'll do it, but
I need this.
Yeah,
but that can also lead to anger. So I don't know. I could see possibilities there. Moving on. So as this is our end of 2021, I compiled a list of the highest rated movies over the last year and the worst rated movies over the last year.
All right.
Which do you guys want to hear first? Worst or best?
Let's go with worst. Yeah.
Go with worst. Okay.
We end on a good note.
And if we can talk about them, or we could just move it on along. Okay, guys? Because the top movies, there's quite a few of them that got rated perfect scores or close to perfect scores.
Nice. Okay.
We're doing bad though first, right?
We're doing that first. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So worst films of 2021. The first one is a Netflix movie. There Is Someone Inside Your House. Horror film. Anybody heard of this?
No, but the title reminds me of an old movie that my mom watched, an old horror movie that my mom watched. And it was a babysitter. It was a babysitter film. You know, I forget the title of the movie, but it's very much. And Ash, you've probably heard of it, or you've probably seen it. But it's a babysitter in the room, in the house, babysitting kids. Okay, like essentially the synopsis is she already comes over to babysit kids. Mom and dad leave, the kids are already been put to bed. So her essentially is just to, keep the house, make sure the kids stay asleep, until mom and dad get home. Well, there's a phone call that keeps coming into the house, and the phone call from the voice on the other end continuously says, have you checked the children? And she thinks it's super weird. At first she thinks it's like the mom and dad. And then the call just keeps continuing. And then it starts freaking her out. So then she calls 911. She tries to have the call traced. They call back, the police call back, and they say, oh my God, ma'am, the phone call's coming from inside the house. So it turns out that there was a serial killer inside the house, had already murdered the children, and it's her trying to survive this entire thing. So
Jesus.
Yeah. So
it sounds very similar, actually.
When you said that title, that's the first thing that popped into my head.
So it's based off of a novel. And the synopsis of it is graduating class at Osborne High is being targeted by a masked assailant intent on exposing the darkest secret of each victim. Only a group of misfit outsiders can stop the killings.
Why is it always got to be misfit outsiders that can save the day?
That's a very good question. Don't have an answer for you. but that's a very good question.
But I'm letting you know it's a fantastic question.
We live in a flawed society. I don't know what you want me to say. We like what we like, say. And it's directed by Patrick Bryce. Yeah. All right.
Cool, man.
So that is number one on the worst films. This one hurts because I remember us talking about it. The Tomorrow War, Amazon Prime film with starring Christopher Pratt.
It wasn't that bad. It was really good.
I believe it. But as far as ratings are concerned, it got rated really bad.
Really? It was a really good film.
So in order to be in the let me rephrase this. I'm doing a repeat of Ash's what is the best film that's ever aired on Sci-Fi Channel. So what I'm looking at is the best ratings and worst ratings of on IGN specifically.
Okay.
And so in order to be in the worst ratings list, it has to be either
fucking New Year's Eve. That's tomorrow. Are you okay?
Motherfucker ain't working tomorrow.
Bottle.
He's good.
Actually, I do work tomorrow.
Oh, never mind. He's working tomorrow. He's good. He's an adult. See how
I'm a big boy. I'm a big boy.
So to be on the bad list, you has to be 3 out of 10 stars or 2 out of 10 stars.
Jesus Christ.
The Tomorrow War was listed in that. But you liked it, you said.
I thought it was fantastic.
Fantastic.
I thought it was a great storyline.
That's not the fucking Tom Cruise fucking dying every 10 seconds movie.
That movie was fucking great.
I haven't seen that.
That one was Edge of Tomorrow.
Same premise?
No, different premise. Edge of Tomorrow is Groundhog Day, but he keeps learning about the enemy every day. Tomorrow War is they go to the past to take people from the past to the future because they ran out of fighters in the future. So the military developed a time machine to be like, hey, we need to fight these aliens. We need more people. So y'all motherfuckers come help us.
Y'all motherfuckers.
So the military didn't figure out a way to just not figure out a way to not let the aliens in the fucking first place.
Are we here to figure out plot holes, or am I trying to explain to you the premise of the story? Right?
Oh man. Hey, so if I didn't get into this fucking fender bender, this wouldn't cost me $10 million. You know what? I'm gonna breed a Lamborghini. Like that makes no sense.
Yeah,
you're not fixing the fucking problem. Anyway, go ahead.
You are correct, sir.
when you present it in like the boardroom, like the guy just looks at you and then just disappears. Like
no, he probably did
before the conversation. This
is what happens.
In the meeting.
Perfect.
Yeah.
He's like, here's some money. Go.
But that movie was rated very badly. Another film that I personally liked, and I think Andres liked it too. Spiral, the Book of Saw, was rated.
The
Book of Saw, Spiral.
Yeah,
the one starring Chris Rock in the drama role, whatever. That was rated one of the worst films of 2021.
That's interesting, dude.
I would disagree.
That sucks. When they were first bringing that up, there was so much hype for it.
I dug it, but see, the same thing that Esteban said he dug. I never saw Tomorrow War, but you enjoyed it, and it's still on the worst list. But we are all guilty of liking bad films that just speak to us. Like, I think Amazing 2 is like a 40 on Rotten Tomatoes, and I like it. I rewatched it. I made my girlfriend rewatch it before we went to go see this film. So I understand it. Like, and I see the flaws, and I just let it happen, you know? And I guess Book of Saw, I felt the same way.
Luis, when he sends the shockwave, the little shockwaves, what happens to his face? Oh, then you don't know what I'm talking about. Okay. Electro.
No, I know you're talking about Electro.
Yeah.
Are we talking about Amazing 2 or the first one?
No. No one's talking about Amazing 2. We're talking about fucking the one we're not trying not to spoil for Stefan.
Yeah. The shockwaves.
Are you talking about the star that shows up on his face?
Yeah, you motherfucker!
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
I don't know what to not spoil for you, but
no,
that's
Dude,
was
that's
it was like
badass.
still like a
It
little
was like a
nod.
nod of like,
Yeah.
yeah, this was his original.
But
costume.
let's make him blue, and then like you can do this. You can figure out a way to
I
make
want to
that
spoil
make
more.
sense.
I'm gonna say one thing.
Okay.
Oh, you're white. Oh, you're from Brooklyn. I thought you'd be black.
The fuck?
Out of context.
You have to be there.
Amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I need to ask a question. I need to ask a question.
It's not a spoiler, but it's the most amazing thing ever.
Okay.
There's one point where a question's asked, and all three Peter Parkers say the same thing, and then they trip out on each other saying the same thing. And it was the coolest because it was Tobey Maguire saying it his way, Tom Holland saying it his way, and then fucking Andrew Garfield saying it his way. And then like, oh my God, Jake, like it was like a fucking great.
They fed off
everybody's whoever your Spider-Man is.
Yeah.
It was like a nod, like we're all the fucking same. We're just
that's
in
cool,
this
man.
World. Yeah.
Oh, that's
it
pretty
was
cool.
The coolest fucking line.
Yeah.
It was the coolest. It was the timing of it. They said it timing wise the exact same, but if all three of us got the same line, right. I would say it a different way than you would say it, but of the timing was like perfect.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. God. It was such a fucking little nod to
Peter,
whoever your Spider-Man is.
Spider-Man.
Like, yeah.
No, Peter Parker. He's like,
nope.
God damn it.
That's
okay. I have a question. Yeah. Okay. So there was a photo still of Electro with the little arc reactor on his chest. Do they explain that, or do they?
Do. Very much so.
100%.
Very much so.
Okay.
It's a big part of the story. Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You will be very happy.
I will. Okay. Cool.
All right. So moving on.
Now I want to see it again.
I just saw it a second time over the weekend, and
how much longer is it in theaters?
Oh, probably
it'll be there for
forever.
A while, dude.
Yeah, for the rest.
Comics go see Spider-Man.
Down. I saw it again over the weekend, and I
you don't have to sit next to a stranger.
I cried even harder the second time watching it because I
you
knew what
you were
was going to
off?
happen. I knew what was going to happen, and because I knew what was going to happen, I was absorbing everything more. And so when it happened, it just had so much more weight.
Did you just say the name?
No, he said absorbing.
Okay.
I was absorbing everything more. And so when it happened, I was like, when certain scenes were starting to happen, it was like, and it was, I'm happy though, watching with my girlfriend, she's very emotional when it comes to films. So she starts crying, and so I'm like, all right, I'm good.
I'm okay to cry.
Yeah, I'm okay to cry.
The deaths where it's I must leave you now, but know this, never get me. I'm good, bro. The ones, I'm gonna be brutally honest, probably too honest. On my mother's last day of living, she only cared about making sure that I thought she was okay. But I knew they were going to pull the plug.
Mm-hmm.
So when a certain thing happens that needs to comfort another person, that was like, oh, that is so fucking hardcore. Like, that is so fucking hardcore. And that's a parent level. That's a fucking, when you care about somebody that much, that like you need to be, I need you to not fucking feel like that, and then I'm gonna go, but I need you to not feel like that.
Wow.
And it's fucking massively brutal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was you have 2 minutes. She's gonna have consciousness for 2 minutes when I do this. And they basically pulled her off the drugs and was like, you have 2 and then said everything I needed to say. And like, you're okay? And she looked at me like, yeah, for sure. No, I'm talking about my mom.
No, I
Yeah,
know.
for sure.
I know.
And yeah, no, yeah, you're. How are you? Are you good? Everything's no. Oh, then blah blah blah. Like, but like as if we're gonna see each other tomorrow.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
when a certain thing happens, I was like, God damn,
Like
that's
it's deep,
so
huh?
fucking hardcore. Because you're saying everything without saying anything,
Right.
and like we were talking about Sally Field, like Sally Field, you're upset that he left his socks on the floor. Like, the fuck? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
We're gonna give Martin Sheen's an amazing actor, but like you have to something. Like there's things that fucking you even gave the other Ron Evil. Like if you gave an Academy Award, like I'm not talking shit about her, but
no, I know. No.
there's
I
other
get
people. There's things that like click with you in everything. Like this Tobey Maguire, I was more we went all the way back to Spider-Man. This Tobey Maguire was my Spider-Man, and he had my absolute nod, and I had his back all the way, freaking all the way. I there's differences between all the Spider-Men that were like, oh, you did this, you don't do that. Oh, that's weird. Like I fought a fucking lizard. I fought a fucking like. It's amazing, no pun intended, but it's just the world that they lived in. It was the same guy, but yeah, this guy that grew up like this is probably going to be more sarcastic. This guy that grew up like this is his idea of cool, and it's not cool. You know, fucking, even when he was fucking I'm going everywhere with this. The landlord's daughter, like great interaction. I will always have his back, daughter. And then the one time Peter was really being a dick, she was gonna turn, and he was like, he's a good boy. Yeah, right? Like,
got some milk, got some more cookies, like just fucking douchebag.
Right. You know she wanted to bone him. But
of
like
course.
it was every Peter is a Peter Parker. So I don't know. I don't know why I went that deep, but like, yeah, that's
one last thing I want to say about it. And I immediately thought of you, by the way, Ash, when I saw it happening. The fights, one of the first big fight scenes that happen in the building, and you'll know what I'm talking about, where they're going from floor to floor to floor.
Yes.
In the building.
Did you the power bomb and the fucking spine buster?
Thank you. I'm like, this is some fucking WWE
There's
shit.
wrestling moves
like,
in this
when
bitch.
he picks him up and just power bombs him through the fucking, like, I'm like, was there a table underneath? Like,
yes,
you can see the inspiration that the director had. He's like, I want to see some, it's gonna sound gross, but I want to see some raw fucking fight. Like, I just want to see a hardcore two people beating the shit out of each other. And it's like his frame of reference was fucking WrestleMania. Like, two people just fucking putting it out on the field, like everything you got, and just
the greatest
like
thing.
It looked sloppy. It looked sloppy in a beautiful way.
The way
like
a fight
they're
would
both
be.
just so tired, and they're just fucking haymaker.
That's dope, dude.
Hey, but like, and that's the middle of the film. That's not the
really.
And it's just like
it was fucking Green Goblin who wanted to do his own fucking stunts. Like Willem Dafoe. Like, okay, what's a power bomb? This is what's a power bomb is like that's fucking right? Like,
yeah,
that is so great. That
dude, I love that. I love that. Like,
yeah,
and then
you'll get me back, but I need to do this.
And
like,
it does a good job of building the. It builds the excitement.
For me to tell
scene.
This story, it needs to be Willem Dafoe. All right. So realistically, because you're not gonna have the Leonardo DiCaprio lookalike. What's the fuck his name? The Chronicle guy.
Dane.
And that's no disrespect to him because he was a great actor. But sorry, you know his name. But
yeah, Dane DeHaan.
But he wasn't the level of what Spider-Man to be. Even if you were a kid level, like that's your Green Goblin.
Mm-hmm.
And probably even been cool to see Chris Cooper's fucking Green Goblin.
Oh, that would have been dope too.
Right? That's another fucking Oscar. Doesn't make sense. It doesn't make. Why do you have Oscar people like? And then it all happens at Oscorp. It's a wealth of shit that you've created.
Mm-hmm.
So,
God, that
I know I'm ranting, but
last thing.
Spoiler, yeah,
William
spoiler
Dafoe.
on us. I'm trying not to be. It's amazing
when he's punching William Dafoe, and it hits him, and he like comes back with an even bigger smile each time he's hitting him. Like, didn't that remind you of the Joker a little bit? Just like, like just getting more and more crazy in the William Dafoe fucking face. It's like, and then the power
when he
bombs,
loses,
and then just fucking.
I'm so sorry, Estefan. When he loses his mask and he's only using the hood, reminded me of the OG, his little goblin, like the no mask thing, but like the actual what you see in the comics.
It was very Hobgoblin look.
Yeah.
All right, sorry, we'll stop talking.
And if you could believe it, when you do see it, there's so much more we could talk about.
We haven't even.
Oh no, I believe it. I believe it.
Absolutely.
All right, so the worst films of 2021.
My bad, John.
All right, so then the last one that I'd mentioned was
Andreas would have already signed off.
Yeah, this is true.
Motherfuckers asleep right now, bitch. Spiral from the Book of Saw.
Mm-hmm.
Then another movie that I'd never heard of, Night of the Animated Dead. Ash Cam. Kate. I know Kate.
Yes.
Kate was that Netflix film, also rated one of the worst.
Which I wanted to see. It looked like another Domino, another
same.
Aeon Flux.
Atomic Blonde.
What's the one with Charlize?
Atomic Blonde.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, the Old Guard.
Old Guard wasn't good.
It wasn't good? How dare you?
Oh no, she was.
Oh, that's right. You liked it. Sorry.
She was Aeon Flux. Charlize was.
She was on. Charlize Theron was also in Atomic Blonde.
Yeah.
She was like John Wick. Chick.
Okay.
John Wick.
Yeah. That's what I thought it was gonna be, like another.
Which it looked like, but not rated well, I guess.
Just fucking super hot though.
Protege. That's the one with Michael Keaton and his protege.
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 Goddamn millennials.
Dynasty Warriors.
It's words. It's not even fucking the way you pronounce it. It's not a generational thing. It's words.
I apologize. I'm sorry that I can't read.
Prodigy? No. Firestarter? No.
Firestarter. And then the last on the list is Cosmic Sin, starring Bruce Willis.
It's never even heard of that one.
Done a lot of straight to DVD.
Yeah, well, it's Bruce Willis and the actor that plays Crossbones, Frank Grillo. Frank Grillo and
okay.
But yeah, it turns out that was a piece of shit too. So okay. Now, moving on to the highest rated.
You know what sucks about that?
Yes.
Is that's the highest paid guy, and you could probably ask him like, what did you work on in like May? I don't know. But somebody else is like, this is my chance. This is my chance to star in a movie. I was Crossbones. I was this. I'm gonna make it. And like, of course it sucked.
And he like phones it in or whatever.
Yeah, and that's why it's so on me. Like, that's why I appreciate when, yes, it's a comic book movie, but like if you deal with it as a story and not a comic book movie, and that's the thing that I was trying to talk about Robert Pattinson. Like, please deal with it as a story and not another Twilight. Which again, I had nothing against Twilight. Just deal with it as like what a movie, and deal with the acting and not, what other people would do with it.
It looks like it looks like he's taking it seriously.
Yeah, I hope so. I really do.
All right, so now this is the highest rated films, has nothing to do with box office or anything. It's just as far as ratings on a scale of 1 to 10.
Alfred
everything.
for Robert Pattinson. Alfred is
Andy Serkis.
Yes.
Quite excited
No,
about
it's
that.
gonna be amazing. Okay, sorry.
First film is called The Father.
Isn't that the one with Anthony Hopkins?
Yes, it is. I never
Okay.
heard of it, but when I was looking it up, I was like, I've never heard of this film. But that ranked a perfect 10.
Yeah, that one's supposed to be a very heartfelt film with I think it's like a father and daughter relationship where the dad's dealing with Alzheimer's. So I don't think I can do that yet.
Yeah, it's gonna be fucking rough.
That's gonna be rough. I'll definitely watch it though. I like to cry. Okay. In films. The Father. I'm not watching this one, but apparently got rated a perfect score as well. West Side Story. That's the
Do
one that
you? I won't go into a movie like The Fault in the Stars or the one where she's dying of cancer. I won't go into a movie knowing I'm gonna cry. If I happen to cry, no problem.
Same.
But girlfriends want to go to a movie where you're going to cry. And that's kind of like a release or whatever. Like what you just said right now, like Spiderman, I thought I was gonna, like, oh, homie, oh, goodbye. Like, but it was a different, like cry. Like it was like a different, like,
it's heavy a couple times.
Yeah, my mask was wet. That's what she said. But you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. My eyes.
But, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Dana will avoid films if they look too much, and she's like, "I can't do this right now."
Yeah.
Like she'll purposely avoid it, but we're a sucker for a good film, and it's like you can tell by the way the opening credits are, and it's like, oh god damn it, this movie's gonna make me cry. Like I fucking know it. Like there was
I stopped at This Is Us season 2 because I was like, I'm gonna cry every fucking episode.
Yeah. Like there was a Apple Plus movie starring Justin Timberlake of all people called Palmer. And
is that the one where he like befriends a little boy?
Yeah, so this little boy, so he lives in a trailer park, and the mom is just like a druggy drunk, like never fucking around, and the little boy is clearly gay, but he's like 8 years old, like he doesn't even know he's gay, but he has like a star backpack, and like all the kids pick on him, and so Justin Timberlake plays he got arrested when he was younger, so he just got out of prison. And so he's trying to be a good person, but he sees people picking on this little boy, and so he starts like standing up for him and stuff. He's working as the janitor, and like he's trying to get his life together, but then he's getting involved.
Justin Timberlake is playing a janitor. Is that what you just told me?
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
And so he sees this little kid like getting picked on, and so he's getting involved to like defend the kid because the kid doesn't have a family. And it's just fucking repeat like. First of all, when did Justin Timberlake start acting good? Like this motherfucker.
Alpha Dog, he was the shit.
I've never seen that, but it caught me off guard. Like Dana has such a hard on for that dude. So I was like, all right, sure, we'll watch it, whatever. I ended up fucking bawling my eyes out multiple times. And then there was that other film, also on Apple TV, the girl with the deaf parents. I forgot the name of it. I'd have to look it up, but and that fucking made me cry throughout the whole goddamn film too, because it's just like those heartfelt moments, like and it's this poor girl that she can hear, but her family can't. Her mom, dad, and brother can't, and so the whole town talks shit to them, but they can't hear it. And it's only the daughter that's a senior in high school can hear it, and so she's all rebellious, and the family's like, "Oh, don't let it get to you. Like you motherfuckers can't hear it, so you guys don't know that they're making fun of us." Like it was just one of those, and it's obviously the end is like brings the family together type bullshit, but then like, it's issues, and but you see that, and fucking these indie films, goddamn it. See, I'm tearing up already just talking about it. All right, so anyway, okay, so we said The Father, West Side Story of all movies is 10 out of 10.
Really? This is one of the best?
Yeah.
This is the remake, right?
The remake,
Yeah.
the one,
Steven Spielberg.
Really?
Spielberg.
Do they
I don't
still
know.
sing?
That's
They're not gonna sing, right?
the whole time. That's not enough for me to
Hey,
watch it.
fucking Hawkeye, that fucking ending, that fucking Easter egg, take that back and shove it up your ass. Like
the
that,
shoot.
Oh no, the fucking end credits. That was the one thing I didn't like about Hawkeye, and then you just gave me the whole thing. The Broadway bullshit.
Oh, yeah, agreed.
Hawkeye's gonna get your no, don't give me more. No,
I was like, there's gonna be a payout. There was no payout.
There's not.
It really was not.
It was so not good.
I expected at the very end, I'm like, okay, it can't just be this. I'm like, oh, I know. The very end is gonna be what's her name? Liana, Black Widow's sister. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be her watching the play because she was looking at things to do in New York.
Yeah.
Like, and like I was already putting it up in my head, and then it just fucking ended. I'm like, fuck you for making me watch this.
That was so bad. Oh my god, no. The only thing, again, what you just said would at least have been like, and then her going crap or like some kind of something like, you know,
she doesn't have that jacket or something. Yeah.
Something. Oh.
Anyway, I know.
So it would have been so much better. The only thing that I thought was like it was way more about New York than it was about the superheroes.
Yeah.
In the second time around. So I don't know if we're supposed to take away from it's more about us as people than superheroes. But that's me giving it a chance and being
it wasn't nothing. It was just
it was not.
It took us a while to choreograph this, so you guys
it was not good. I fucking hate. Don't sing my shit.
Although I didn't hate The Greatest Showman. I enjoyed that. If you ever saw it, I apologize.
No, I didn't see The Greatest Showman. I saw The Prestige.
Right? Yeah, the Hugh Jackman one.
Okay. Yeah, no, fuck that noise.
It was actually good. I enjoyed it. Anyway,
I heard you.
Fuck asshole. I heard you the first time. All right, go on, get on with your list. Oh Lord! All right, and then this an anime film called Gintama, the very final. Gintama, the very final.
That's you before us.
Dude, I know. I've never heard of it. So, but yay on it being rated the highest. Encanto, which I haven't seen, but I know is on Disney Plus now.
Saw a lot of stuff on it. Yeah. I'm down.
I know Beatrice from fucking Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Do you feel like
Rita?
Beatrix? It's an S. Brooklyn Nine. I will have
it's
the
serious one. The serious one.
Do you feel like Encanto is like not a continuation, but because Coco did so well?
No,
I don't think so. I think it honestly. I think it's just more of like we want to give other ethnicities like the highlight.
Because Coco takes place in Mexico City, Encanto takes place in Colombia. So,
okay,
I didn't know that.
I
didn't know that either.
But Encanto, I started watching some of it. I didn't finish it, but it's very much it's deep, especially if you came from a very strong Latino household. It is very deep, so be prepared for that. That's all I'm going to say.
Good. All right, Encanto. It's on my list. It's on Disney Plus.
Yes.
Speaking of which, since you're the host, do you have a recommendation?
Shit. We'll get.
If you don't, I do.
Oh,
that's what we'll do. All right.
Okay.
We have after Encanto, we got Come On. Never heard of. You guys heard of that?
Mm-mm.
No.
Only on Pornhub.
Let me give it a search real quick. While I'm searching for Come On.
You put yourself on blast when you said ew.
Disgusting. I did.
Yep.
That's that one. You had a recommendation while I'm pulling up the I was gonna say while I'm pulling up the Pornhub, while I'm pulling up the Google.
Now that my girlfriend's asleep.
That's my face. Luis, your camera's on. Luis, your camera's on.
This is disgusting.
So gross.
Luis, Luis, please.
Oh, what's happening? This is why we can't have nice things. Jake, are you getting the towel? Oh, god damn, that's so gross.
Little fun story for listeners. Our first trip that we did, we went out to San Diego Comic-Con, and Ash had told me this whole trip that says if I ever fall asleep, he's gonna stick his dick in my mouth.
He was waiting for it.
Yeah. And so I remember I stood up pretty much all night working on the editing of the film. And on the drive back, I was falling asleep and just envision a film where like the light, like it shuts close. I open and then Ash is looking at me. I shut close. I open, and when I open, he's unzipping his pants. Like the timing of that.
I like the party.
For him to do it in a way for me, I started dying laughing. And then
fuck.
Esteban and his wife were in the front seat, and they're like, "What's so funny?" And it's like I couldn't explain it. It's like he's just stick his dick in my mouth, and they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Like it's a whole thing. Don't worry about it. Like anyway,
yeah, it's hard. Yeah, as long as you explain it exactly the way you said it, it's funny. But otherwise, they come off like Harvey Weinstein.
This is true.
Allegedly.
Yeah, because you're already committed. Like had I not woken up, like you'd have been like, "All right, looks like I got to do it." I ain't no
that because then I seem like a liar if I don't do it.
I ain't no punk bitch. Anyway, sorry, you had a recommendation?
There's two films. You guys can pick whichever one you guys want to watch. It's gonna go out to both. No, you guys pick the two. I'm gonna give two options and you guys pick and watch. One of them, unfortunately, you have to pay for, so you guys probably won't go with that one.
Luis will do it.
One of them is called Adam. And if you want one of those films where a heartfelt film where you're going to cry, watch Adam. And then another one's called Away We Go. Okay. So those are the two that I pick. Adam is one that you do have to pay for. It's only like $4 on Amazon. As far as
Mr. Rockefeller.
I know.
It's only $4 for a one-time view.
It's only $4 and you own it, you know. Away We Go is actually currently on Peacock right now.
I got Peacock.
You got Peacock?
I got Peacock.
I bet you do.
There it is.
Away We Go is another heartfelt film. It's one of those films. Is that directed by Little Miss Sunshine? I don't think so. No. It has John Krasinski and Maya Rudolph are in Away We Go. So it's a pretty good film. Name? Maya Rudolph. Okay. Yeah, it's a pretty good film. It's a very much coming of age tale, but more of like a grown-up coming of age tale. It's like the two characters are like in their like mid to late 30s and they're like don't know what to do with their life still. So they kind of like, you know, so it's a pretty good film and legit makes you question, you know, yourself for certain things, but it's a really good film. I dug it. I really liked it. Adam's another really, really good one. That one I cried watching it. You kind of see someone, it's a story about someone that has Asperger's, and they're just trying to go through, you know, their life and stuff like that. There is a very difficult scene to watch where he finds out that to him, he feels like he's been made a fool of. And just the way that he reacts is just like, it brought me to tears watching it, the way that he reacts to it. So Adam is a really good film. They both came out in 2009 and they were both real big indie films. So if you guys get a chance to watch them, I highly recommend Adam over Away We Go, but I know Away We Go is on Peacock, so I know you guys will end up watching it on Peacock. So yeah.
You got that, Ash?
You have Adam because you're gonna cry. Are you down? Actually, I was gonna say, are you down to do a New Year's shot? But I already finished my fucking tequila.
Good. I already finished my.
All right. But that would be cool. Next year we'll do a countdown, and then that way you could link up the time, and then you could do fucking a shot with comics on New Year's.
I take it. All right, so I got come on, not the Pornhub version, but the regular version. Turns out, starring Joaquin Phoenix.
Okay.
Oh, very cool.
It's very much an indie film. I can tell that just by clicking on the title. It's a black and white film. And the title or the synopsis: when his sister asks him to look after her son, a radio journalist embarks on a cross-country trip with an energetic nephew to show him a life away of Los Angeles.
Nice.
So come on, it's him. Oh, this is a I'm gonna cry film for sure, no doubt. But okay, so that's come on. Moving on, we got introducing Selma Blair. It makes me sad that we don't have Andres in here. But I believe introducing Selma Blair is a documentary.
I believe it is.
Yeah, it's a documentary after she was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis and tries to slow the progression of her disease. Is essentially what the film is for.
Yeah, it's the MS really took her pretty quickly. You know, the disease attacked her nervous system pretty quickly. For some, it's it hasn't. They have it, but it hasn't affected them. But for her, it affected her pretty quickly. Another celebrity that you guys may not know that has MS is Montal Williams, the old TV show talk host.
Yeah,
he has MS. But yeah, it obviously it's a disease that affects people differently, and for her, it's already taken her. It's attacked her nervous system, so she does have difficulty walking. And needs a cane now to walk. So
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Yes. So he has Adam then, because.
Yes, sir. Thank you. The next one is a movie called Belfast, which is a drama comedy. And
dramedy?
Yeah, it's a dramedy. God damn it. It's another black and white film. So it's another one of those films. No noticeable actors. A young boy and his working class Belfast family experienced the late 1960s.
We keeping you awake?
Huh?
Are we keeping you awake?
I mean, yes.
You're hosting, so I don't know how we're keeping. Okay.
No. I mean, that was a weird question to answer. I'm like, I mean, well, yeah. Like, anyway. Then we got Ghostbusters Afterlife. Rated really well.
This is under the best or the worst?
Under the best.
Okay.
The Harder They Fall, which is that's the Netflix series, I believe, or the Netflix movie, I think.
You know what? That sounds like a good, like that would have been a great title to the end of Shoot 'Em Up, like the sequel to Shoot 'Em Up.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like The Harder They Fall. That would have been a great sequel. Name.
I think if I'm not, let me look it up. The Harder They Fall, I believe it's Idris Elba. And it's a Western. Harder They Fall. And it is a Netflix film. And it is Idris Elba. So Idris Elba, all I know that is
wasn't he rumored to be Django in the in the running for Django? Or am I tripping?
I don't know.
Okay. Or no, Eddie Murphy? There's okay.
That'd be interesting with Eddie Murphy. And then
There was
Batman
another
Long
one.
Halloween, which was an amazing film, by the way.
I saw part 1 and 2.
Yeah, as did I. Really good films.
Yeah.
Anybody see Val? The Val
No,
Kilmer documentary?
I can't. That's
I saw Val.
rough.
That
Do
was
you
rough.
agree? Do you agree with high rating of the film?
I do. Um, it's interesting to see what they know you from. I mean, as much as they know you from Tombstone, there are a lot of people that walk up to him for Batman. There's a lot of people that walk up to him for fucking Genius, Secret IQ, not Secret IQ, Secret Identity. No, I can't think of the fucking word. It was an 80s movie, either a Secret Identity or something IQ. But it's interesting as a when I say as an actor, I'm referring to him. You never know what they know you from.
Mhm.
Like when we went to go see to LA Comic Con, I know that guy from Arrow, and other people know him from Doctor Who. So you don't know what he's signing. Like Gian no
Giancarlo Esposito.
Giancarlo Esposito, like, yeah, it's Breaking Bad, but it's also now Mandalorian. You don't know what he's going to sign, or he doesn't know what he's going to sign. Like, you don't know what they know him from. Not to mention the other million things he's ever done. So, good.
But still, heart with those tugging heartstrings type of documentaries.
I forgot what we were talking about.
Val.
Oh my God. It's not, it's the kids who weren't able to be around him much while he was popular are also the people. I think his daughter is his manager, and lives right next to him. I know that's a spoiler in the movie, but he has to choose between either eating or breathing. So when he talks, he has to touch his I don't want to use the word trach, but his little, like, whatever the situation is, he has to.
He has a very aggressive form of throat cancer.
Okay.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So he has to. He talks about how he has to choose to eat or talk. He might even sign the Doors thing that he's done, the Doors movie. It's really, really crazy. Due to the situation, like, he really almost has to live on what he's already done. So he was one of those, like, always wanted to act. I am like, what am I feeling in this scene? Like, that kind of an actor.
He's a method actor.
So it's hard because now you kind of have to live on what you've already done. I'm sure they could figure out something, but like goddamn. And I still gave that Batman like a chance. High Freeze, I'm Batman. I was out. That was my one. That was my, like, okay. I dealt with Colorful. I dealt with that.
That was
like,
Clooney.
That
yeah.
was Clooney.
That was Clooney, but that's what I'm saying.
I
still
sorry.
gave him, like,
you give them all a chance, you're saying.
I did. I when can a bat not see? Like, I dealt with all of that, and I was kind of like, okay, it's good. I saw nipples, and it's still workable, but he still, but it's the lines. It's the Joel Schumacher wanted it to be for kids. Like, you didn't give him Tim Burton and Darkest. You didn't give him fucking Give me Labyrinth.
Guillermo del Toro.
Oh, thank you. You give Val Kilmer that kind of a Batman where like it could be like a morbid, like fucking Two-Face.
Yeah.
It could be like the fucking Stitch Face Joker. Like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
He would have knocked it out of the park. But if you give him, fucking Jim Carrey, who wanted at the time they wanted it to be Joker, all fucking and childish lines, then yeah, that's what it is. But Val there's one hardcore tear-jerking scene. And it's but it's really it's a hard watch.
It's on my to watch list for sure. So I will be I'll be keeping an eye out for it. Another one that is on my watch list, which I don't think it's a tearjerker, but I don't know. It's the Nicolas Cage movie called Pig. I've been wanting to watch it, and I just haven't.
Pig?
Pig, P-I-G.
Pig. No.
Notorious P.I.G. It's called Pig. But they're saying it's like his best film ever. So it's being really well regarded. And then the last movie, which I also haven't seen, that got rated.
Where can Pig be found?
Hulu.
It's on Hulu?
Pig is on Hulu.
Okay.
There it is. Pig's on Hulu.
And what was the last one? Us Too?
The last two is Candyman, which I hadn't seen.
No.
But that was one of the top rated. And then The Green Knight, which I know Andres saw and he really liked it.
Us, I keep saying Us Too. Candyman. It's not Tony Todd, right? It's a new Candyman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the one that came out.
In the Matrix.
Jordan Peele.
The new Morpheus
produced
or whatever.
it.
Okay, that's the new Morpheus because I haven't seen the movie. But go on.
Yeah, Jordan Peele produced it.
Okay,
but
yeah.
Oh, he wrote the screenplay. I didn't know that. But anyway, yeah. So that guy, and then
That guy.
The Green Knight.
All right.
But that concludes 2021 greatest and worst films. So if that encourages you to watch any cool shit or horrible things and be like, it can't be that bad, and check it out, please comment, let us know what you think. As always, at our sign off, we get a little sappy. We want to say thank you for tuning in, listening in. We wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you guys. So we really do appreciate it. Give us a like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell everybody.
Why though? Because we wanted 80 before the end of the year, and we're at 79.
We are.
We are
by
one away.
By the time you listen to this, it will be 2022. Don't let that stop you. It's we're having we'll have to have a little meeting as far as what we want our goal to be for this upcoming year, considering our growth that we've had so far. But please subscribe if you're listening to this. If you stuck around this long, good on you. And thank you again for everything. And anybody else have any farewell comments to people listening in 2021?
Just a big thank you to everybody that's been following us since day one.
Thank you. Also, every month, at the end of the month, you will tell us how many new fucking subscribers we have. And for every subscriber, I'm going to take a shot. But unless it's like in the hundreds, because come on, bro, I have a liver and I'm the oldest. So I'm going by our current rate. So I will take a shot for every new fucking subscriber.
So you got 2 then.
You owe us 8.
That is true. You do owe us 8.
I just said that shit now. You can't add. Hey, so back in July, like, no, fuck you.
Dude, it was 8 since last week. We'll talk about it. We'll discuss it. We're manipulating his own rules. We'll discuss your rules.
Discuss your rules.
All right, guys. Everybody have a good night.
Comics.
We are everywhere.
Good night.
You were gonna make fun of me.
I was.
Say it, dude. You were gonna make fun of me.
Yeah. He slurred your words so hard.
Hey, give me some of the drink. Hey, come here, Mick.
We haven't even started the fight. How's it coming, Mick? The fight hasn't started yet. Why do you always do this? Can't take you anywhere.